Hey guys, has let me check if I'm recording this correctly. Yes, I am. So it has been a couple of weeks since I have uploaded the last video. I was quite busy and lazy too, mainly because I was having to create subtitles for the videos, and that was too much work. I was wasting like a whole Saturday or Sunday typing subtitles, man. No, 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 no. I'm not doing that anymore. Okay. So, as you obviously noticed, I have started to record those videos in English now. Okay, so when I get some time, some spare time, I might add the Portuguese subtitles. I figured, and I'm quite sure that the majority of the people who watch those videos are English speakers anyway, and so I'm not wasting my time uh, doing them in Portuguese because for half a dozen people or not even that I think are watching those videos in Portuguese. Okay, so it is what it is. I was putting too much time into something that it's just a side project. It doesn't give me any return, so there's no point of putting so much time and energy into it, right? And guys, I was really happy that I was going to record the next video, and the video was going to be titled something like "Turning $300 into 5K in a month." And unfortunately, I have to record once again an embarrassing video owning up to a massive screw up where I completely wasted a month of work in less than 2 days by once again acting like a complete fool, okay, like a complete idiot, complete noob. And in fact, it was worse than the last time because the last time it was a mistake that led to some irrational behavior, and I was able to identify that. And this time there was not even a mistake, man. I wish I had an explanation for what happened, and I don't. I just started acting like a fool out of the blue, and you guys are going to see it in a bit. We are going to review the trades leading up to it, and you are going to see that it wasn't even a bunch of trades that I took to amass a nice amount of money. I even built up the floating profits to 10K at one point. And let me show you here quickly. This, you see here, the last video where we left off, the balance was around 500, right? And the equity, the floating profits was around 1K. So a little over a week ago, between win and losses, the balance dropped to 278, but the floating profits were almost at 6K, right? So I had to start taking some profits, and a couple of days later, I grew the balance to 4K. The floating profits were around 8K, and wait, this is 25th of October. A couple of days later was this one here. You see, 21st of October. I grew the balance. I took profits in some trades, and I grew the balance to 3K, and the floating profits were around 9K here. And after I took the screenshot here, the floating profits they went to like 10.5K or something when the price came down here. And it was on this day here that maybe this has some influence in the way I behaved later, because on this day when I was dragging my stops, I was in all the markets. I had the positions opened. I was using like a pitchfork like this and using it to guide the stop losses, right? I would drag the stop losses along the upper line here, and right on this day here when I was doing that in the morning, the fucking internet went offline, man, right at the worst time possible, and it came back only later, like I don't know, half an hour later, and was coming back online and going back offline, and it really pissed me off, really really pissed me off, and it made me lose like 3K or something. And maybe that has something to do with the way I acted. I don't know. And whoops, that's so the last screenshot I took was on the 25th. So my balance was actually, when I closed everything, I was 4 point at 4.5k or 5k or something like that. Okay, and you're going to see the trades leading up to it. It wasn't even a lot of trades. It was just the uh, fact that I was letting my winners run, and because that's how we make money, right? That's at least the way I try to trade here. I try to enter the rotation right there on the hiking action on the higher time frame, try to grab that rotation and ride that leg, the maximum I can. And uh, before doing that, before showing you the trades leading up to the new screw up, let me just show you the other change I'm doing here. And the way I am approaching this is I have handpicked those markets here. I am only looking at this now because I was looking at the whole market, all those markets, man, and it was getting really draining and really exhausting and really confusing, and it was impairing my performance. So I had to stop doing that. My intention was to show that this works in any market, and I think that is evident by now. So uh, what I did here, I am looking at the Euro USD and the GBP USD for the USD group here. Okay, the majors, the both majors, right? And I picked those minors. Here's the Euro AUD, NZD CAD, and UD CAD. And the reason I did that, it's because they look good on the higher time frame, on the hiking Nashi here, because they are the ones who are giving me those nice legs, nice solid legs. And also, I am using the reason they are giving those nice legs too. It's because I am using in the higher time frame now the hiking Nashi, the smooth hiking Nashi with a value of 7 on the smoothing period. Okay, to make this really obvious to know which side to take the trades. Okay, so what I'm gonna be trying to do now is trying to get at those transitions, and try to ride those legs. It gives us nice legs on the weekly too, right? Imagine grabbing those transitions there, right? And you get that huge leg. So it's what I'm going to be trying to do now. From now on, starting fresh once again, right? Because the name of this channel is never enough effects anyway, so we can never have enough of this, and we never give up, right? The next mark, I added the Bitcoin here because I know some of you guys love to trade crypto, so I gonna try to trade this too. And it also gives us some nice legs on the higher time frame on the hiking knife. You see some nice solid legs. We can try to trade to grab that. What else? I am still looking at the crude, the gold, natural gas. I'll still be trying to trade those. Those are also have some nice legs on the higher time frames. You see here with this new setting on the Heikin Ashi. And I added the, oops, I added the US dollar there just for analysis purposes. Just when I'm doing the USD group analysis, I can look at this as well for confluence or some extra ideas. And I going to still be trading the Nasdaq. And the only reason I have the Dow and the S&P here is to for a more complete analysis of the Nasdaq, because those are highly correlated, right? So sometimes you can anticipate a move like in the Nasdaq. If the Dow and the S&P starts moving and the Nasdaq still hasn't moved, you can anticipate that move, right? And I have thrown the soybean here just for fun, just to have something different, like a soft commodity here. And the soybean also gives us some nice legs on the high time frame, on the higher time frame, as you can see, right? Some nice solid legs. You can try to ride those legs. You see now we are at this range looking like a bottom. Well, we don't know if this is accumulating to go up or to continue the move down. So, you know, I like that this new configuration of the hiking Nashi gives us those nice transition spots, not always, but you can see that it's accumulating to go somewhere. So we don't know, we might, but don't be fooled by this isn't the real price action, right? Because you can see, look at where the liquidity lines are. The price actually, if I turn on the candles, you can see that, you know you have to be careful not to get fooled by those candles, because it's in the real price action. It just give you that the direction. So when we get those kind of ranges here, we might try to buy the bottom and sell the top of the range, hedging the positions, and then you keep the ones that are going to the side you want. So those are the changes I'm making here. Okay, I'm looking at those markets from now on, and it's already too much, to be honest. Okay, let's see. I might shrink this even more. Let's see how I do this month. And guys, let's look at the trades I did leading up to the screw up. You see, those are those trades I had taken on the natural gas. You see, those trades I took like a month ago. I was able to hold them. You see, keep looking at this line, which is where the trades were closed. You see, I tried trades here, but the stops were always very small stops or at break even. You see how I kept holding that position. You see, stops a lot. I tried lots of trades, unsuccessful trades, but always, very small stops or break evens. Here I was able to add more positions, and here too, you see that actually I was able to hold them as the market kept going down. You see, here I closed most of them, and I still held more too until down here. Remember, I said I was managing those trades like this. Do you see? Um, let me remove this. I was looking at it. I was managing those trades using a pitchfork like this, remember? And this is how I kind of have an idea of where I wanted price, or where I wanted to see price go. And you see how it hit that liquidity line there and in reverse, and now it's escaping that pitchfork. We might be getting a reversal. We'll see. I don't know. The natural gas is another one that has a nice solid legs on the higher time frame. If we just come here quickly, you see how it changes and tends to stay on a direct direction. Okay. Okay, so those were the trades on the natural gas. And you see, guys, it wasn't like a lot of trades. I was just holding the trades the maximum I could. And that's how I make money here. On the silver, I took some trades up here at the beginning of October, and I was able to hold them until 21st of October. Here was the day that here was the day that the internet went out, and as I was adjusting the stops, you know, the internet went out, so I missed all those profits here. Actually, the my stops were supposed to be something like down here, really close, tight to price. Unfortunately, it wasn't possible. And here it's where I started screwing up. At least, no, it wasn't like a massive screw up here. I was using here most of those trades here were at break even. As you can see, I just got stopped out at those ones here, that in fact those were stupid losses too, because as price was here, those trades should all have been at break even already, right? um but you can see, man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades that I was holding until down here, which were the ones together with natural gas and the some in crude as well, are the trades which amassed that almost 10K. You know, you don't need to take like a lot of trades to make good money. You just need to place some trades at the rotation spots and hold them. Here on Euros USD, you can see all my tries are very small stops or break even. You see, small stops and break even, small stops and break even. And then here, here was the day that the internet went out, and my stops should have been like around here at least. The market reverse, and here where I started doing shit again and behaving like a stupid fool. I don't know why I was trying so hard to keep selling here, which didn't even make any sense, man, because the daily had rotated to green. And if I just had checked this here, you see on the daily, on the euro, oops, on the euro USD. Wait, here. On the euro USD, when I was trying to take those stupid sells, it was around here. So why was I selling against this leg going up, you know? So you can see I wasn't thinking straight, irrational, completely irrational. And not only that, taking lots, trying to force sells where I shouldn't, and not even using stops anymore. Uh, just letting, just not caring anymore. Just letting everything go. You know, like a complete fool. Look at this. Why? man, I wish I had an explanation for this. I don't. I was thinking really hard those last couple of days trying to figure this out, man. And I wish I had an explanation for you guys. I don't. How come the same guy who did this, right? How come the same guy who did this be the same guy who did this? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because my life does not depend on this account. I don't trade this account for a living. So it's easier to get into this full irrational gambler mindset, and just, let everything go. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But it was completely stupid. Completely stupid. Here, some trades on the AUDSD, a buy here below value, taking profits there, and trying to buy again here because break of structures to the upside, and he had this order block with imbalance, and I tried to buy around here, but you see small stops and break even, then I gave up, trying to buy again around here, and you see how everything, being careful, even though I know I was like maybe forcing trades or taking low quality trades, I was still like using moving stops to break even as soon as possible, and using tight stops, using small stops. You can see there's a lot of trades here, but very small losses. Here as well, you can see trying trades and trying sells and some small stops, break evens, small stops, break evens, small stops, break evens, break evens. Here was that day where the internet went out and I wasn't able to move the stops closer to price. And then here started forcing trades. Here you see those trades initially were at a decent profit. Here didn't close the trades, didn't move. At least those ones were moved to break even. But look how I started behaving irrationally already here, because if you compare this to the other trades, right, where I was always using a tight stop and moving to break even as soon as possible, you see I stopped doing that. You see, why did I take this loss here? Why did I take this loss here? Why wasn't I using very tight stops, or at least a stop up here? Why? You see, man, there's no explanation for this. Forcing sells where they shouldn't. Third day, fourth day, green. I should be thinking about buying here already. Even here, it's completely irrational behavior. And you can see that there is no room for behaving like this here, man. The market, as soon at the moment you start behaving like this, the market is going to punch you in the face and it's going to bring you back to reality, crashing down really fast, man. NZD/USD, same thing. You see break evens, very small losses, then was able to make a nice sell here, above value, taking profits below value. In fact, I could even have left this running a bit more. I don't know why I didn't. Maybe because I was trying to buy here and thinking this was going to go up, and so I was afraid of giving this all back. But you see, look, break even, 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 small loss, break even. You see, I was forcing trades or trying trades, but being careful and not losing money here, right? I was not putting my stops down here like a complete idiot, or not using stops. You see our break even, break evens, very small losses, very small losses, break evens, break evens. You see, break evens, break evens. And then you see that day where the internet went out, and you see, maybe that was the reason I started doing this shit here. It was after this happened that I started acting like a complete irrational fool here, and maybe I couldn't accept that the market was going to go up, that it needed to go down, married to that position, to that mindset, that bias. But man, you see, at least here got break even at those here. You see, I was already not using stops here, because you see all those cells here, they were in the red up to here, and then only then I moved the take profits to the exact same spots of the entries. That's why when price came down here, it took me at break even, you know. Then you see the same situation as the AUD USD. The cells that were all at profit here, I didn't even move to break even. You see, I still took some loss on those trades. Here you see how the behavior changed already. Not using tight stops, not moving to break even. I could have moved to break even when the price was down here, right? And unnecessary stupid losses here trying to sell again, and here a moment of clarity where I closed some positions. Here one position I might have forgotten to close, you see. Stupid loss. Here on the Dow, some buys that I made down here, I was able to milk them until here, and look how much money I left on the table because the market kept going up there. And I was really afraid when the market started going down here, because you see, I was trying to buy because I had targets up here, had targets up there, bad lows, bad highs and stuff. And the market was going into an uptrend. So I started buying from here, didn't work. Started buying from here. It went up, went down, crashing down fast, didn't work. And so after 3 days, I ended up giving up trying to buy, and I started to be afraid that the market was gonna come crashing down, because it went up so fast here and left that vacuum behind, and I always hate when I have buys and the market goes up fast like this and leave those gaps behind. See this gap here and this gap here, and I hate this, because you never know if the market is gonna come crashing down the same way it went up here. It crashes down to fill those gaps, right? So, and it's incredible how, every time you decide to close the position, the market will keep going. And I bet my ass that if I had decided to hold the positions, hoping that the market would go up, then the son of a bitch would come down just because I decided to hold. That's what happens most of the time. It's crazy. So, and here, for some reason, you see, uh, the same bias, the same irrational, stupid ideas of selling in the other markets were transferred to here, because you see how I was trying to sell, to sell, to sell, to sell, to sell. Why was I trying to sell if the daily was going up, was green, right? It was not even a good spot to try an anticipation trade, a potential rotation spot. It wasn't even that. It was just, I want to sell, I'm going to sell. And stupidly. At least most of those trades here were like break even, not not big of a loss here because I was using like very small positions here. Let me see what I was using very small positions here. Yeah, but they sum up, right? They sum up. You can get fooled by small positions if you are opening a bunch of small positions and you are everything is summing up, right? Here on the crude oil, I got lucky here because I also started to take stupid trades here, like without stops, because on this account here, I mostly I use limit orders. So like I come here to a place, I do some my analysis, and I believe that my this area, for example, my price might turn in this area. So I come here and I start populating it with limit orders. One limit order, another limit order, another limit order, another limit order. But I add stops to them, right? This one would have a stop up here. This one will have the same stop. This one would have a stop a little bit higher. This one will have a stop a little bit higher. And I didn't do that here, acting like a fool. And this time I got lucky. You see, I should have been stopped out of them. You look at all the hits I took on those trades until up here, and I started adding another one there, and I added another one there. And you see, and I was able to get out a break even at those stupid trades. I just got lucky. So I kept holding those positions, the ones that I opened up there, that, and there. And you see, then I started to, being careful again, break even, small loss, break even, small loss, until I was able to make some trades and hold them, you know, small loss here, all break evens here, doing the same stupid thing, try, populating this area where I thought price could turn, added a limit order here, then a limit order there, another limit order there, you see, etc. But not putting the stops on the positions, which is stupid, always very stupid. So not thinking straight here or properly, taking a hit unnecessarily, but with luck again, getting out of break even at those positions. Then I was able to add lots of sales here that unfortunately the market of course went up there and just touched all their stops and stopped me out, all of them. And you see here, guys, already start a festival of trying to force trades and stuff here. You see on those trades here, I was moving the stops closer to price and I was able to have winners here. And those trades that were taken before those trades, they all gotten stopped at a terrible loss here. Why? Why those trades were not also stopped here? I don't know. Here break evens, then why didn't I move? You see all those break evens, why didn't I move those two to break even? Maybe I forgot. I don't know. By this time here, by those around those days here, I didn't even care anymore. I was just, when you realize you're neck deep in shit already, it's too late already, and I just didn't care anymore. Let me see another trade. Yeah, here those in AUD CAD, you see small losses. Then we're able to enter those sales here, which I milked until here. A nice trade there, and then break evens and small losses on AUD CAD. And you see, guys, those are the markets I traded since that last video, you know, and it wasn't like a lot of trades. It was just trades that I took in the right spots and I let them run, and that's why how I make money here. And you know, not doing this kind of shit like this when you start entering this irrational behavior, and I don't know, you know, doing like over trading like this, taking low quality trades, forcing trades. I don't know, guys. I wish I had a better explanation. Maybe it was that day where the internet went out, you know, and fucked me up, and that really threw me off the rails. I don't know. It's in summing that up with the fact that I not taking this account very seriously maybe contributed to acting like that, but I don't know. What do you think? Well, I'm going to add another maybe contributed to acting like that, but I don't know. What do you think? Well, I'm going to add another $300 to this account today, and we'll start all over again. And this time, hopefully, you won't start doing shit, right? So, guys, I see you in the next video, okay? Have a good week.